All right? Now, so now, the next thing that I'd like to do, I need to finish off this graph, and I just want to do it a little bit carefully here in the order that is reasonable. Now, you might happen to notice, and there's nothing wrong with this, so let's even fill in a guess, okay? In order to fill in a guess, though, and have it be even vaguely right, I do have to notice that this function crosses the origin, right? The function f of x is 3x minus x cubed, happens to also have the property that f of 0 is equal to 0. Again, common sense, you're allowed to use your common sense. You're allowed to notice a value of the function and put it in. Okay? So there's nothing wrong with that if you happen to have such a value. So now we can guess what our function is going to look like. It's going to maybe come down like this, come up like this, and come down like this. That could be what it looks like. But, you know, another possibility is it sort of comes along here and goes out that way, comes along here and goes out that way. Who knows? It happens, by the way, that it's an odd function, right? These are all odd powers. So actually, it's symmetric on the right half and the left half and crosses at 0. So everything that we do on the right is going to be the same as what happens on the left. That's another piece of common sense. You want to make use of that as much as possible whenever you're drawing anything. You don't want to throw out information. So this function happens to be odd. Odd, and f of 0 is equal to 0. I'm considering those to be kinds of pre-calculus skills that I want you to use as much as you can. So now here's the first feature, which is unfortunately ignored in most discussions of functions. And it's strange because nowadays we have graphing things, and it's really the only part of the exercise that you couldn't do, at least on this relatively simple-minded level, with a graphing calculator. And that is what I would call the ends of the problem. So what happens off the screen is the question. And that basically is the theoretical part of the problem that you have to address. You can program this. You can draw all the pictures that you want. But what you won't see is what's off the screen. You need to know something to figure out what's off the screen. So in this case, I'm talking about what's off the screen going to the right or going to the left.